is nothing wrong with your digital device. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling the transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control all the horizontal. We will control all the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For as long as we want, sit quietly, and we'll control all that you hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your device. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You're about to experience awe and mystery, which reaches the inner mind to the bands of the beat.
And welcome to episode 21 of the Bands of the Beat. This is the Long View, and in studio tonight, along with me, your hostess of the mostest, Larry King, we have got Art Long. Welcome to the studio, Art.
Thanks for having me.
And we are going to start our show off with The Bad Boys Back by Art Long and the Rat Bastards.
Do you remember when the music was fun?
don't know who that lead singer is, but he's a handsome guy. Anyways, that's Art Long and the Rat Bastard with the Bad Boys Back. And
so, what's the story behind that, other than that was your first song that you guys have done, and what a great song to reopen your career with?
Well, thank you. Not that my career ever went anywhere. I don't know. It's kind of got like a little bit of urban influence to it because there's a little bit of like, I don't know, hip-hop bravado going on there with, what are we going to do aside of bitch about the state of music and what it is. We've been doing this for a million years, guys. Let's start writing songs that matter. Let's start doing stuff like this. Let's introduce ourselves,
That one had almost a 50s feel to it. The Rat Bastards kind of says it all. That really was definitely the feel behind that song as well.
Well, I mean, that's why I named the band what I did. It does have that 50s feel to it. I mean, that's kind of like the code word for any buddy of yours. It's like you see him coming down the street. Hey, there's Long, the Rat Bastard. Okay, yeah, that's where it comes from.
So up next, we are going to play a song by another band that you're pretty damn close to, and I've got to say I happen to adore those boys myself. Up next, we have got Price You Pay by VooDoo.
The mighty VooDoo Sliver.
The mighty VooDoo Sliver.
A man, turn him into your toy. That kind of pleasure that I think you enjoy. Why don't you just go away? All is fair in love and all the price that I pay. The price I pay when you went away. I stayed all alone while you gave it away. Time after time, day after day, I stayed all alone. It's a price that I pay. It's a price you pay. It's the price you pay. It's the price you pay. The price I pay. And now you know that I'm a man, not a boy. But don't you think that I would really enjoy for you to just go away? All is fair in love and well, the price that I pay. The price I pay when you went away. I stayed all alone while you gave it away. Time after time, day after day, I stayed all alone. It's the price that I pay. Price you pay. Price you pay. Price you pay. Price you pay. What you see is what you get, and what you said you don't regret. Breaking down my confidence. Price I pay, no expense. I don't know and I won't go. You can't pay what you don't know. What you see is what you get. You ain't seen nothing yet. Since you went away. Breaking down my confidence. Price I pay, no expense.
All right,
And
the mighty
that
VooDoo
was
Sliver.
the mighty VooDoo
Oh my God!
Sliver.
Working with those guys, it reminds you why you get into the music business. It's because these guys have the exuberance, like they're still in their teens. I mean, they have the experience that they have now, but they have so much.
There's
of
a
that
reason
piss
we
and vinegar.
talk about, when I'm around them, we talk about reverting to our 12-year-old selves.
We do. I mean, It's like we're like the intelligent version of Beavis and Butthead. You get around those guys. That's all of us.
I am still waiting for a playable copy of "That's What Your Mom Said."
That's not what your mom. Yeah, that's like as soon as I heard that song, I was hooked. I mean, "In Price You Pay," that song right there, that hooked just about everything that I feel about those guys musically and personally into 3 minutes worth of ass-kicking music right there. I mean, because you can hear the influences. You hear a little bit of the 90s alternative metal. You hear a little bit of the punk stuff, the DRI, excuse me, whoops.
90s DUI? No.
90s DUIs got too expensive. The 90s stuff, the DRI. And there's even a band in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. There's a throwback for you. Bo, are you listening? Bo Kamiri from the Upset Garbage Men. Kind of reminded me of your band a little bit too, but let's move on. We get another concert.
Up next, this is a band that just submitted to me today for the very first time. This is "I Dig You Up" by Vic Tim and the Kentucky Rifles. And that was Vic Tims and the Kentucky Rifles with "I Dig Your Grave."
And I dig that track. I had a chance to work with him when he was in a tribute band. I ran sound for him. And let me tell you something, what a consummate professional Vic is, and a great band he's got there. And thanks, Vic, for sending that one in, man. That is a great song. Can't wait to hear the rest of them, brother.
Well, and I'm fairly certain that they've got a CD or an EP coming out, because I know during COVID, right before COVID hit, they were going into the studios to record. So I'm pretty excited to see that one come out.
I'm stoked. I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to hear that full length, yeah.
So up next, we've got another new submission from a band called Pierce. this is a band you've got some history with, but we're going to play the song before I let you talk about your history. This is Out of Hand by Pierce. And that was Pierce with Out of Hand. So you've got some background with them.
Pierce, moreover, Will Pierce, the lead guitar player for that band, I've known him for about 20 years. Just a very, very talented gentleman. I've never seen anybody work a guitar neck like this guy in my life, and I got actually a chance to work with him on the Rat Bastards album. He did a lot of lead work for me, which you're going to hear a little bit more of. He and I and Phil Hernandez are working on a little bit of a metal project right now. We're not too sure where it's going to go, but we've already written a couple of songs, and we're going to get that ushered through about the same time that we're working on some of the Rat Bastard stuff. And he's also the lead guitar player for a band that most of you might have heard of called Angry John. They play, well, whenever the Hideaway is open, they play there on weekends. And again, that's Will Pierce. You want to check him out, William Pierce on Facebook, and I'm sure you'll hear some more audio samples. I know he's got a Reverb Nation page, Will Pierce, and you will hear him on Chitlins and Chowda by Art Long and the Rat Bastards.
Nice. So, as we were setting up this playlist, and I was going through with Art, okay, what songs do you want? What do you want to play? When he found out I had stuff by Stereo Rex, he's like, oh, we got to have them on there because your opinion of Stereo Rex?
They are just absolutely incredible. They are tight. They are compelling. They are hooky. They are incredible sounding band. And a great bunch of guys, too.
I can say that for sure. So up next, we have got Soul on Fire by Stereo Rex.
desert rain. The heat'll set your soul on fire when the shadows stain into the ground with one's desire. Burn, you can feel your body turn, and your mind begins to break. How there's no escape and you cannot take the pain. No more time, all is lost, you know the burden's mine, all mine. The cross you bear will set your soul on fire. Facing the dirt I pray, I just need a drink of water, enough to wash away the sins of all your sons and daughters. No, your blood comes to a boil, and there's nothing left to take, and your mind goes numb, and all you feel is rage. No more time, all is lost, you know the burden's mine, all mine. The cross you bear will set your soul on fire.
And that was Stereo Rex with Soul on Fire. And if you can't figure out why we both happen to really like that band after hearing that,
Check yourself for a pulse.
Right? I am so sorry. So up next, we have got one of my favorite Saint Madness songs. This song starts so many discussions, and I personally love to play it or talk about it just to get the screenshots of people's faces. This is Sexual Abuse by Saint Madness.
If you tie me down and fuck me all night long, I don't mind if you straddle my face and sing your little song. I don't mind if you claw my flesh with your manicured nails of bliss. I don't mind if you know the truth, you're just another nice piece of ass. I need my sexual abuse, gotta have my sexual abuse. Come and get your sexual abuse, take my sexual abuse. Oh hell! I don't mind if you eat my meat as long as you swallow my load. bloody puss on my chest. I don't mind if you squeal out loud while I eat you better than the rest. I need my sexual abuse, gotta have my sexual abuse. Come and get your sexual abuse, take my sexual abuse. I see you standing there. Oh yeah, you look so fine. I swear I think you're on fire, baby. I think you get me high. I think I know what you want, and more than that, I think I got what you need. I know about your luck, honey. You just wanna fuck. I don't care if you're afraid, down on your hands and knees on the floor. I don't care if you squeal in pain while I penetrate your back door. I don't care if you take your drugs, just as long as you don't take mine. I don't care if we burn in flames as I bang on your womanly fire. I need my sexual abuse, gotta have my sexual abuse. Come and get your sexual abuse, take my sexual abuse. I need my sexual abuse, gotta have my sexual abuse. Come and get your sexual abuse, take my sexual abuse. My sexual abuse.
And so that was Saint Madness, Sexual Abuse. Can you fathom that people actually take offense to that song?
You know, everybody wants to act like they're above it until they're under it. And I'm telling you, I don't. You know, the only thing that's been in Arizona longer than St. Madness is the dirt. So I mean, you know, it's whatever they're doing it right. Just keep doing it, guys. Fuck what anybody else has to say. You know, you're doing it right.
So up next, we are gonna play "Just Broken" by Dawn of the Rising.
Words. Never see the light again. Well, there were words that were spoken, and there were bonds that were broken, and there's a man stuck inside his mind. Demise, there's no compromise. You're twisting in your fate, pure unadulterated hate. Lies embedded in your mind, in their lies or crimes. You will never see the light again. In here lies the truth that was spoken, alone in the closet you have chosen. There's a man stuck inside his mind. Demise, there's no compromise. You're twisting in your fate, pure unadulterated hate. Lies embedded in your mind, in your lies or crimes. You will never see the light again.
was Dawn of the Rising with Just Broken. They have got the new video coming out for that very, very soon. I don't have a drop date on that, but I do know that it is due out any time now.
We'll be seeing it all over Facebook and YouTube, I'm sure, and not a moment too soon. I can't wait to see it myself.
The announcements are out there already, giving us the heads up. I know I share them pretty regularly. So, up next, we've got another one of yours. We have got Tie You Up.
Now, this is a Bands of the Beat exclusive. You can't even get this on our Reverb page.
Nice. See, look at how special we are, fans. We get stuff that nobody else has got. So this is Tie You Up by Art Long and the Rat Bastards. So that was Art Long and the Rat Bastards with Tie You Up. I gotta say, I've had this song for quite a while. I've only played it once before on air, But this was sent to me pretty special, and I've got to say, it nothing makes me feel more spoiled than when bands send stuff to me before it's even hit the air.
Well, for everything that you do for us, we got to do something to take care of you too, Larry, and we appreciate what you do and what everybody does that's been involved with the Bands of the Beat, the local beat, and even some of the folks that are off doing their own thing right now. It's just another outlet for the bands that they can express themselves, and we appreciate all of you and all that you're doing for us.
Well, and, you know, I've got to say, those that have worked with me and don't any longer, I don't wish any hard feelings. As far as I'm concerned, there's not enough people out there promoting and helping promote the bands anyway. So the more the merrier.
That's what I'm seeing, and everybody is doing a really good job, and we appreciate all of you, and we appreciated you, Larry, enough to send you that song.
Nice. So up next, we have got a song that a few months back actually made it to number 4 on the playlist in Australia, and I've got to say I'm pretty proud of our local boys for that. This is Monster by Oddity Paradox.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Footsteps creeping outside of my door. Strange things go bump in the night. Full moon howling outside my window. Feel there's something alive. Body tense, I got my sixth sense. A feeling so intense, I just might lose my mind. Feel you there, electric in the air. I'll fly without a care. I'm on borrowed time. Monster in my bed. Monster in my head. Monster won't let me be. You're Dr. Frankenstein. I just wanna be free. Think I'm crazy, I think just maybe they don't see what I see. Clearly with my eyes see a thing that I pride. No fear stands in my way. Body tense, I got my sixth sense. A feeling so intense, I just might lose my mind. Feel you there, electric in the air. On fire without a care. I'm on borrowed time. Monster in my bed. Monster in my head. Monster won't let me be. You're Dr. Frankenstein. I just wanna be free.
And that was Oddity Paradox with Monster. You know, I can't ever hear that song without laughing. I love that song in the 1, 2, 3,
The
4.
intro is something else. It makes me think of Hotel Transylvania 3. I thought like Temp, Icky, bravo, brother, bravo. You sold Boris there. That was wonderful.
So up next, we have got Run Silent, Run Deep by Pierce.
Take us down. It's just past midnight. We got to go. There were 2 jet destroyers above us. Oh yeah. Then we got the word. Prepare for the night ahead. 'Cause if they made a fix of us, we know what good is in. Whoa. We're 30 fathoms down with the depths around. The captain's clock came out. Please, boys, go down. Down. Whoa. We run silent, run deep. We run for our lives. Tonight, yeah. Through the silence of video, there were 205 men, each playing his part in this game. Within our silent prayers, forgive us for our sins, God. 'Cause in each man's head, his private war begins. We're 30 fathoms down with the depths around. The captain's got their mouth. Please, boys, go down, down. Whoa. We run silent, run deep. We run for our lives. Tonight, yeah.
The incomparable Will
So,
Pierce yet again.
That was Will Pierce, and man, oh man. So I know that did you want to do a little bit of explaining now or after this next song?
Well, no explanation needed. I mean, Will came out here and just kicked our asses and mopped the floor with us for 2 straight songs, but people don't know this about Mr. Pierce. There's a soft side to him, too. And I had him play lead on this next track, and much like the other 2, this one speaks for itself, too. This is great playing. This is crazy.
And this is probably one of my favorites. So this is Crazy by Art Long and the Rat Bastards.
Crowded room, we were strangers. You amazed me. I told you you were more beautiful than all the things that made me cry. You didn't believe me. You said I was crazy. You better believe me. I just might be. I'd be crazy if I didn't take my chance with you, 'cause I'm crazy about the way you make me smile. When we're in each other's arms, we can't escape this crazy world and hang our crazy lives up for a while. I bet TV and always see on a summer night. Yeah, on my shoulder. I could stay with you like this for all my life. You didn't believe me. You said I was crazy. In a crazy way, I think somebody had a clue. For this left the center joining up two souls. And it's crazy how I start to pray I make it home to you, so we can lose our minds as we grow old. Selfish, but I hope it's me. And if I ever say I regret 1 second a night spent with you, girl, don't believe me. I gotta be crazy. What if I'm crazy?
Okay, so I've been on air asking this question. Now you're sitting here, and I get to ask this question in person.
Okay.
What's the story behind that song?
Story behind that song?
Yeah.
It's a sweet one.
It's an incredible song.
Well, thank you very much.
I whoever the woman was, oh my God.
It's a song about basically the chemical imbalance that is love. I mean, most of the things that we do for the people that we love, for the women that we love, for the men that the women love, or vice versa, or whoever it is that you happen to love. For your pets, for your kids, it's a crazy thing, and we do crazy things to stay in that crazy state.
That is such an incredibly beautiful song. It's amazing. That's the love everybody wishes for. That's what that is. So up next, we are gonna play another one by Dawn of the Rising because, God, can we get enough of them? Not me.
You know, and the strange thing about it is, the first time I got to hear Dawn of the Rising, here comes Ray Cohn on stage, and he's this big, imposing, growling son of a bitch about ready to bite your fucking head off.
He is a bit of an ape, isn't he?
You know, and he's just delivering with such precision that, you know, if he was throwing daggers at you, he was going to hit you with them, you know? And then you meet him, and he's one of the nicest guys in the world.
Oh,
hey, dude,
Jesus.
I really dig your set, man. That thing kicked ass. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
He is
one of the sweetest guy, nice guy. Really
oh
nice
my
guy.
God, everybody in that band, they are just incredible people.
Great musicians.
After the song, I'll tell my story of when I first got to meet Dawn of the Rising.
Ooh, can't wait for this one.
But up next, we have got Rising by Dawn of the Rising.
Stop the rain, cold-hearted, and I still feel your pain. It's always something else. Time for the curtain call. I hear the calling, yes, it's the dawning. These frozen tears are falling on me. I hear the calling, yes, it's the dawning. And this is dawn of the rising. I hear it rise. Looks like you got the best of me. Blindsided and I didn't even see. It's always something else. Time for the curtain call. I hear the calling, yes, it's the dawning. Your frozen tears are falling on me. I hear the calling, yes, it's the dawning. And this is dawn of the rising. I hear the calling, yes, it's the dawning. Your frozen tears are falling on me. I hear the calling, yes, it's the dawning. And this is dawn of the rising. And this is dawn of the rising.
So that was Dawn of the Rising with Rising. And so my first time
Excellent
meeting this
songs.
band, I had been working on helping promote in this local music community for maybe a month. maybe a month and a half, and I got invited to Gypsies for Brooke's birthday.
Oh, nice.
And it was maybe my third show that I was actually doing videos of any band other than Oddity Paradox. And we all know that I have this whole anxiety thing when I'm out at bars, or at least I used to. It's gotten much better thanks to my bands.
It was the hug.
That helped. That helped.
Larry.
That helped. But so at this point, I was still at the point of having to challenge myself to walk up and talk to members of those bands that I didn't know, to let them know that I had taken video of them and where they could find it. So the local beat was open because it was one of the first shows that I was actually uploading to the local beats page. And it took me an hour to get the nerve to walk up. And then I walked up to Brooke, not Ray, not even Ray. I walked up to Brooke to tell her.
Oh, you went to the boss. Okay.
I went to Brooke. And I'm like, so introduced myself, and here's what I'm doing, and here's where you can find it. And I'm so sorry, but I do not edit anything. It goes out just as I took it with my phone because I really don't have editing skills. She was so sweet. Oh my God, that is so nice of you. That is so cool that you're supporting us like that. And then Ray walks over. Yes, that big ape. And
I never said ape, Ray. This is all Larry that's saying that.
It's okay. He knows I love him dearly. And she's like, oh my God, this is Larry. And he was, again, that, oh my God, that's so cool of you. That is so awesome. And then I ended up in a month-long back-and-forth discussion between Brooke and Ricky, who we now call Cupcake Boy because of that month-long discussion, of desserts.
What, just a month on desserts?
And we still talk about it every now and again. By the way, hey, Ricky, how was that banana split cake? And did the lady like it? You need to get back to me on that.
You need to save me a fucking piece.
Yeah, there is no a piece. It's a scoop, and it's all gone, man. So, let's move on to our next band. This is one we've already played tonight, but I couldn't do a list without this one. This song has been running through my head for a hot minute now lately. So, up next, we have got... Oh, and by the way, Art didn't know who played this song. Oh my God. Little bit floored there, man. Up next, we have got Metal to the Death and Beyond by Saint Madness.
Death and beyond. beyond. It's called MDB. All I ever wanted was to rock and roll. All I ever needed was a stereo. Seen the Ozfest and Metallica, Ozzy, Maiden and Pantera, Slayer, Black Sabbath, Dio and Priest. Always bring out the devil in me. To Motorhead, gotta show some love, cause we all know Lemmy is God. Metal to the death and beyond. It's called MDB. Metal to the death and beyond. It's called MDB. Metal to the death and beyond. It's called MDB. Metal to the death and beyond. It's called MDB.
Okay, now can you tell who sings that?
Definitely tell that. I love that riff, guys. Really, really nice. And I'm hearing Chuck Billy in the voice, guys. It's really, really nice, Patrick. Nice song. Beautiful. Thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't know it was you guys when I first heard it.
Shame on you, Art. Shame on you. And it sticks in your head. Oh my God, that song just sticks.
That's one of those crowd pleasers where you're going to hear the whole crowd singing it. You can just keep going over that riff over and over again and just let them sing that chorus, and you got them, dude. You got me on that one, that's for sure.
So we are on the last song of the night. Yes, this is a song that's got Art Long on it, but this is not Art Long and the Rat Bastards. Do you want to tell the story behind this song?
This was the early 90s when metal started basically going to shit. We had a lot of talented bands that were starting to become cookie cutters, and I guess the record buying public was ready for something new, so the record industry invented what was called grunge. And it was really, really depressing music, and all the kids were going through their emo phase, so they just kind of bought into it. Now, in the meantime, all of us that were in, either thrash bands or hair bands or any kind of 80s style metal bands whatsoever, I mean, we were just like Sarah McLachlan was playing songs for us and showing pictures of us on television, during these infomercials.
But there's some serious impressiveness behind this song.
Well, what happened with me is I wound up running into a bunch of gentlemen in Providence, Rhode Island, that had a band called Crwydro, and this was a Welsh word that meant wanderer. And that's kind of what I was at the time, but they were a little bit more jazz and folk oriented. There's a little bit more element going on. It wasn't odd to hear a Fender Rhodes piano or a flute or a mandolin, and a lot of informal training was going on during this. I mean, my skills certainly improved a lot while I was working with this band, because I was working with the cream of the crop for musicians. Mr. Emrys Atkinson, who is back in Providence doing his thing and still doing it just as brilliantly as he was doing it before. Steve LaValle, who was a world musician and played about 1,000 instruments. Yep, all at once, too. The guy, he was like an octopus. And several other people that walked in and out of that band. Anyway, we recorded this song for a compilation for Big Noise Management. Now, Big Noise Management used to handle some promotions for us, but you probably recognize some of their other clients, like Christina Aguilera or Andrew McCarthy, and there's a few more. They were putting together an album of all the artists that they represented to one degree or another called Digital Mystery Tour. And what this was a 10 CD set featuring just about every band that was in the greater Boston area. We recorded this song called Waiting for Midnight, and it was written by Emrys Atkinson and another friend of ours that wrote the lyrics, because he understood the Hallows aspect of Halloween extremely well. His name's Pat Wilcox. I really hope this isn't the only song that he wrote. It's the only one that I know of. We recorded this song for Digital Mystery Tour in 1992, and in 2007 I get a phone call from Emrys Atkinson. I said, we got nominated. I'm like, we haven't been together for 15 years. What did we get nominated for? He said, Waiting for Midnight. I said, you got to be kidding me. What did we get nominated for? He said, Best Instrumental with Vocal, which is just kind of a nice way of saying best song that wasn't a pop single or music to blow your brains out by, which was what everybody was doing at this time. And he remastered everything into digital, into MP3 formats, and we went from digital tape to actual digital files from the gentleman at Triad Studios that we were working with. And when he re-released everything, the Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences paid attention to this one, and I'm really grateful that they did, because this is what gave me the kick in the ass to start working again.
So, song title is
Waiting for Midnight.
And the band name?
Crwydro.
And notice I made him say that, because I still can't.
I don't think I'm saying it right either. Fuck it, play the song.
It's All Hallows Eve. You need to decide just what you believe. Wizardry spinning and growing in power, anticipating the 12 o'clock hour. The wife of the wait as the veils disappear, but over the symbol the passage is clear. If you want the knowledge, there's wisdom to learn, but your disbelief doesn't matter to her. I'm waiting for midnight on All Hallows Eve. See for yourself all the magic that we've something to eat. For those that do not, well, you'll trick or treat. Waiting for midnight on our Hallows Eve. But doubters are just too naive. This is the world that you can conceive, and you can't ignore the things you perceive. Things you perceive. Tonight's the night, it's all Hallows Eve. You need to decide just what you believe. Wizardry spinning and growing in power, anticipating the 12 o'clock hour. Waiting for midnight on our Hallows Eve. It may just be that our senses just make believe. I'm waiting for midnight on our Hallows Eve. It may just be that our senses deceive. Who can say what? But once the magic's unweave, so they real, or just make believe.
All right, guys, that was our last song of the night, and yeah, a little bit lighter from what we played the rest of the show, but I couldn't not play that.
You try playing that bass line, tell me how light it is, okay?
Well, light in comparison to what it wasn't the same genre of rock and roll that we'd been playing.
It's definitely not what folks are used to listening to me, so I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed that one just as much as I enjoyed making it, and it was cool to get the recognition too. Thanks to the folks at the Grammys, and thank you, Emrys and Steve and Dave and Andy and all the other guys that we worked with to make stuff like that happen. That was a lot of fun.
I bet, and wow, what a feather in your cap to be nominated.
It was nice to be thought of.
Absolutely. So that does close out our show tonight, guys. And I want to say, if you liked any of these bands, you can find them all on Facebook. You can find their music out there on Spotify, on Reverb Nation. I bet you can find a lot of it on their Facebook band pages. Go like their band pages. Go let them know that you like what they're doing. Right now, especially, they really need to hear from their fans.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah McLachlan's already called me and said, hey, I know you guys need a little help. So
Let's please not let Sarah McLachlan do another commercial for our bands. Oh, my goodness. So
you can find Art Long and the Rat Bastards at facebook.com/Art Long and the Rat Bastards, reverbnation.com/Art Long and the Rat Bastards. I'm Art Long Bitch, Art Long, my personal profile, and on the local beat featuring Larry, and what's the name of Penny's new page? Where
the local beat is the Facebook page. The Bands of the Beat is this YouTube. Or, sorry, not YouTube, this podcast. Wow, it's getting late, you can tell. And then we also have the Bands of the Beat, where I get to sit down and interview different bands from the local area. So this show was brought to you by Jenny of No Bones About It Dog Grooming. If your fur baby is due for a bath and you don't want to actually be the one to have to do it, give Jenny a call at 708-642-2323. That is 708-642-2323. Jenny of No Bones About It Dog Grooming.
And also there's another resource that the bands are going to as well, and working in cohesiveness with the local beat. And that is where the Arizona band's at. That's also on Facebook. Please check that out. And any place that you see Arizona and music together on the same page, start looking at it. Find those resources out there, folks. Start finding these bands. Support these bands. And when we get back in those clubs, come see us.
Absolutely. Have a good night, guys, and thanks for tuning in to Bands of the Beat.